Self-hatred for me ended in almost leaving this planet and going to the great beyond multiple times in my life. I always had a true level of disgust and disdain for myself that I can't even bring to full fruition, I guess, if I would say, like in a video. I mean, it was like I had this very distorted reality of who I am. And that distorted reality fed into every single thing I did. It made me a person that was despised, and I would do things to be despised. I really am ashamed of a lot of that part of my life because I just gave up years and years and years of my life. Never looking for help, never trying to be understood, never trying to find a way out. And it really took a toll on me as a person, big time. I just had this just utter disgust and self-hatred towards myself. I remember I was in the garage once, and there'd been one of my friends was over when I was young. It was a girl, and I had some sort of an interest in her. Nothing ever happened between us, but I had some sort of an interest in her at the time, and my mother just embarrassed me in front of her. And I had so much self-hatred, man. I went out to the garage, and I had a cutting implement in my hand, shall we say, and I wanted to act out the rage and hatred towards myself I felt through engaging in that behavior. It was very close, and I just said, this isn't going to help. And what's interesting is, it wasn't like this isn't going to help, like I shouldn't do this. It was more, this isn't going to help me be able to defend myself. It's going to make me weaker. So if I'm cutting on myself, my mom starts whooping on me, I'm going to be weaker to be able to defend myself. That was the mindset. So I'm like, I can't do this. And so I would do it in different ways, man. One of the biggest ways is acting out with food. To bring destruction against my body that I'm working through right now in my life. I mean, I've been through, 16 addictions, and this is number, 15 or behind me. Number 16 is the one I'm working on right now. Never would claim to be perfect, but that is the path that I'm on, and I'm very excited about it because I'm discovering what is causing this. Like I'm right there, man. I'm super excited to be in the position that I'm in right now. I feel like my life is moving a bit forward and in that regard. And I think that one of the things I'm going to do on here is document my journey through that, through discovering ways to get my needs met without using sugar. I guess that's a good way to think about it. Like a lot of us think that, well, I need to do weight loss and all this stuff. That's not it. In my opinion at all. I can eat clean and eat healthy. It just doesn't get my needs met. And that's why I keep turning to sugar. That's why yo-yo diet. And so that's been really integral for me, is to understand that and begin to implement ideas around that. I really had such self-hatred for myself that the personal narrative, if I made a mistake, I mean, there's no one that could discipline me worse than me. Nobody. With the vitriol that I would have towards myself and how I would denigrate myself in my mind and how I would put myself down and shame myself. Like there's no punishment that you could do that would come close to what I did to myself. And I always felt like a garbage bag is a good way of looking at it, like a garbage bag human, like something that should be thrown away, something that should be tossed into the trash can. That's what I always felt like as a person. And so because of that, I didn't have much value, obviously, towards myself. I only had self-hatred. And it would play in my mind continually. Like there was this like list of things that would play in my mind. And a lot of them look like, don't even bother. You're already a failure. You're useless. You're worthless. You're a piece of trash. You have no value to add to humanity. You have nothing to give. You are a person that people abandon. You're worthy of being abandoned. Even your own parents abandoned you. They didn't care about you. And I could go on and on. And a lot of that personal self-talk mantra, if you will, was all based in wounds and pain and memories that were bubbling to the surface through phrases. This is what I've discovered, is that memories of the past find phrases because ultimately your memories are trying to resolve themselves. And that's ultimately where self-hatred in myself like intersected when I first started getting wisdom. You know, a lot of people say getting help. I go getting wisdom. I mean, what is getting therapy other than sitting down with a human being that has greater understanding about a topic in regards to the human condition than me? That's what therapy is. Hey, here's a problem. I think it's so funny how society is like, you know, it's getting better, but there's still this taboo to people that go, oh, he's crazy. Well, think about this. Like, that'd be like I'm driving my car and my car has a problem and I go, you know what? I'm not going to do anything about that. This is my car. I'm going to just drive it. And then you blow the engine up instead of taking it to a mechanic. Unless you're a mechanic, which in that case, if you happen to be a mechanic, I'm guessing you're also not a dentist. And so your tooth starts hurting. You go, screw it, man. I'm not going to deal with it. And then your whole face is on fire and you want to die from how bad the pain is. So you go to a dentist. Now, if you're a mechanic dentist, I could do another analogy if I need to. But hopefully you get the point. The point is, I can't solve my problems with my thinking. Every single day of my life and your life, whoever's watching this, we both have the same thing. We look for external solutions to internal problems. If you don't have somebody that can walk with you into your internal world that's a master of the human internal world, how are you going to solve anything? The answer is you're not. Okay? I mean, we can make a lot of promises to ourselves and a lot of ideas and have a lot of opinions, but ultimately, I'm not going to, grab a knife and do open heart surgery on myself. I'm going to get another human being to help me to accomplish the surgery to take care of my heart if that's what I needed. But for whatever reason, it's like shocking to me. People will never ask for help ever when it comes about this stuff. It's always like hide it, pretend, oh, I got it all together. I got it together. Everything's okay. Well, if you had it all together, you wouldn't even have to say that you have it all together. You wouldn't. It doesn't make any sense. Having it all together, what does that look like? That looks like the ability to continually be yourself and to deal and manage with all of the trappings of suffering that life has to offer you. And believe me, there are plenty of them. I've experienced it myself. I just want you to understand that you don't have to hate yourself. You really don't. You can find ways to love yourself that do not require you to be embarrassed and be exposed. And ultimately, the biggest way I found in my life to do that is to talk with other people about it that I know I can trust. That is the solution to all problems with the human condition. And by trust, what I mean is people that are never going to shame you, judge you, criticize you, or give you advice. See those four things? That's called unicorns, people. That's called people that don't barely exist. Those people are tough to find. However, that's why I did it in community. My main community for resolving a lot of the issues that I have is Celebrate Recovery. And if you find one that sucks, go find another one, right? If you find a community of people that you don't like, great. It's the people, not the community. Go find another one. I really think that getting your needs met through recovery groups is incredible. That's what I kept scratching and clawing until I found the right place for me to be me and for me to be able to be accepted. And that That really is the pursuit of those that hate themselves, because the reason that we hate ourselves is because we believe we're irredeemable. And so getting around a group of people that think, oh, this guy isn't a screw up at all. I've thought that before. This guy isn't a failure. This guy isn't a piece of trash, right? You get around people that have viewpoints towards you where they respect you and they care about you and they value you. What a surprise. It rubs off. It rubs off every time. You don't have to stay your entire life completely consumed with what you have as lack in yourself. You don't have to hate yourself. Here's a newsflash. If most of the world got to know you, even though you have all these foibles as a human being, these faults, newsflash, people are going to like you anyway, because you being you is what people are attracted to. That's what people like to be around. And I really believe that anyone that is around people that don't like people for themselves, or they don't accept you because of X, Y, or Z, that simply means you haven't met your tribe of people yet. You have not met the people you need to be connected to yet in your life. That's what that means. And I'll tell you, having friends that are all over the world, from Nicaragua to Cuba to Florida to Ontario, Canada to Brantford, Canada to, you name it, Toronto, Ottawa, British Columbia. I got friends all over the planet that are true friends. I'll tell you, what I've learned is that the more I'm me, the more I'm accepted. But it takes the right community for me to be able to walk out of self-hatred, walk out of self-loathing, walk out of self-disparaging, and say, wait a second, if these people don't think I am a worthless piece of human debris, I must not be. You see, there's something that changes in us when we're in community. See, in my case, and in most people's cases, they were shamed in community, meaning family system, family dysfunction, right? And what happens is that then creates a programming software in your brain that validates continually the shame of your family system. So you can create a new family system, right, with people in a group setting that don't believe any of that stuff about you. And guess what that's going to do? That's going to install an update to your software in your brain that human beings value me and value their time with me and don't hate me. Therefore, I don't need to hate myself. You see, all of us are looking so often for reflections of ourselves and other people. That's how you see them. Is you get in a group where you can be honest enough that people can actually see who you are and say, I like this guy anyway. This guy's not irredeemable. This guy has value. In fact, a lot of the times they're like, I'm shocked that you hate yourself so much. That's been my experience because of how much people loved being around me. And I'm like, dude, are these people freaking crazy? Are these people nuts? Like, I remember thinking that when my wife first basically said to me, I want to know where this is going because I'm basically interested in getting married. We've been dating for a bit. And I was like, you want to marry me? I still had that thing in me, that self-hatred thing, like me, like with disgust towards myself. And I do have to say, as a testament to undoing self-hatred, that her love for me has been tremendous in my life. It has truly carried my soul as a man from darkness into the light, in a lot of ways. She's just so steadfast and so precious in my life to me. But before I found her, I found family and community. And then once I found family and community and started getting my needs met as a person and getting healed, I then found peace. And I realized all these things that my mind tells me that I am is not who I am. And then I began changing the memories in my mind that were telling me what I am based on the data from the memories I've experienced instead of who I am as a person. You can find you too. Start searching for community. Discover yourself through relationships. You'll be shocked at the impact this makes on your life.